Is this the largest escalation of these trade tensions to date?
Well, it certainly would be. 200 billion more on Chinese products would be a significant escalation. We've seen 50 billion so far, and China has retaliated in kind. It's going to be tough for President Trump, though, to go ahead without now affecting consumers. A number of consumer groups and big companies have, during the public comment period, come forward and said this would now really have an effect on consumers. Products like Apple's Apple Watch, for instance, would probably become significantly more expensive. And also, there's a question about what it means in terms of talks going forward. As you noted, China has now said that it possibly would reject, according to the Wall Street Journal report, on the offer of talks if these take effect. So it looks like this would be a significant escalation if it was to go forward. Could happen as soon as today, though they have delayed it because of the public comment period. So we may see. Could happen today. We may not see it as well.
So we're not exactly sure if this is really a done deal, of course, and whether this is all just posturing at some point, or whether we're going to see this in different trenches, of course, in different rounds of these tariffs on $200 billion of goods.
That's right. We had thought, when we thought we were going to get an announcement a week or so ago, we thought it might come in phases. And particularly with this now concern about the consumer goods, we may see it come that way. We're also, everything's a political calculation as well. It's a midterm election season, and President Trump may be looking at ways that how this could play out, perhaps do the tough talk.
Where does it all end, though? This is the thing, isn't it? I mean, he's going to run out of goods that he can actually impose tariffs on. The Chinese don't have the same sort of breadth because they don't import as much.
Yeah.
And they could come up with quite vicious things, which would be, well, as you could say, out of left field.
That's right. And once you run out of the things that, China can impose goods on, we start looking at other kinds of retaliatory measures that could hurt the economy. Another political calculation here from President Trump may be do his tough talk, solidify his base. The base, has been behind this tough action in China.
And then not to pay the extra for all these goods, though, that's the thing.
Well, there's a question. But he may be then, once he's already done this, as it gets closer to the midterm elections, which are only about 50 days away, come up with some kind of deal. Then he can say he had a win. But the Chinese are going to play hardball here, too. And this recent report that they may not be willing to have talks if there's these additional tariffs could really change the things.